It arrived a few days later than we expected, but it's finally here. Kill Team Salvation. We're going to take a look at what's inside. Welcome to the first unboxing on the channel of this style. We're going to go ahead and get started by unboxing, or at least trying to. Alright, now that it's finally open, let's start out by saying that this box seems pretty packed. It was literally kind of bulging at the seams. And if you weren't aware, this is the next season of Kill Team. It takes us to the Beta Decima Kill Zone, which boasts some verticality in the new playstyle. Like many of the past boxes, this one features 2 kill teams, the new Scout sculpts, and the new Striking Scorpion sculpts. Starting on top here, we've got the Striking Scorpions themselves. Looks like we got 6 smaller sprues if you count the 2 large ones that are attached. We'll take a closer look here in just a minute. And here's a picture of the new versus the old new being on the left, old on right. I think they held up at least better than the Scouts, but there's always room for improvement. And speaking of the Scouts, here they are. Looks like we get 4 sprues for these guys. Again, 2 of them being attached. And once again, we'll take a closer look in just a moment. Another quick comparison. Again, new on the left, old on the right. Like we explained in the Warcry box, it seems that they're going a different direction with these boxes now, and they're splitting the main terrain pack and then adding kind of a smaller little terrain sprue to the teams themselves. And here are the 2 team decks, one for each team. It's got your strategic ploys and stuff in it. Good reference from the book. And then in here, we've got the instructions, the rule book for each team, and it's even got some Beta Decima rules in it and some campaign stuff. We're not going to dive into the rule book in this video. This is just a pretty basic unboxing. Your Scouts are going to be Infiltration Recon Team archetype. The Striking Scorpion one is kind of interesting because they have potentially 3. And it depends on how you build your team. Note that in this box, you can only build the Striking Scorpions, even though the team has a couple different potential archetypes in it. But what is in the box essentially builds the Infiltration team. You essentially need more Eldari, or at least a different sprue, to get the different weapons, at least for WYSIWYG. If you want to proxy it or say counts as if you're playing a friendly game, shouldn't be a big deal. And then we've got some custom tokens here in glorious cardboard. I was hoping they weren't going the route of Legions Imperialis with the cardstock tokens that were a pain to get out, at least in one piece or, clean. One set for the Eldari and one set for the Scouts. And these are data cards, which I'm actually excited for. Following the 40k trend, and I guess AOS before that, convenient, nice quality cards for you to reference while playing, so you don't have to look through your book and stuff. I hope that this becomes a trend with all their games, or even just Kill Team. Maybe going back and doing some teams that are already out. That'd be really cool. Yeah, you just get 1 card for each operative here. And even though you can only build the Striking Scorpion team, you get the cards for all of the 3 different operatives that this team, or at least this book, has rules for. So that's good. And then just a weird little warning to use 28mm bases for the Scorpions. Interesting. And then we've got transfer sheets here. One for Eldari. I don't know too much about Space Elves, but I assume that these are the at least major factions that people play with. And then we have a pretty standard Space Marine transfer sheet here. It's got your Ultramarines, Imperial Fists, Salamanders, Raptors on it. I guess if you play any other chapters, you just gotta find a different sheet. They do have a couple here that are specific to Raven Guard, because on the box thematically and how they've been painted, like on Warhammer Community and stuff, they are Raven Guard. It's kind of hard to see the icons with the light blue paper in the background, but here they are. And you get 2 of them. You go Raven Guard, you're set. If not, maybe you have a friend that plays Raven Guard. Now back to the interesting terrain. It is described as the Salvation Rig Apparatus, key mechanisms that control the vital functions of the extraction rig. Looks like we got like some power coil here, various pumps and tanks and belts and pulleys. The terrain looks cool, don't get me wrong, but it is just interesting that they divided the box, but they still decided to put a little bit of terrain in these kits. Some people have said they would prefer to maybe just leave it out and make the kits, since they're doing this split, a little bit cheaper, but who knows. And now we are on to the scouts, getting a closer look. Got plenty of regular bolters and shotguns and bolt pistols, knives. Here we've got the grapnel launcher for your scout hunter. I haven't read the rules too in depth, but I assume they have some pretty insane movement with that. So you can see the missile launcher here for your heavy gunner, if that's how you decide to kit them out. Build 2 heavy gunners with this kit, so why not? And then we've got the sniper rifle for your scout sniper. And here's part of the heavy bolter for your other heavy gunner loadout. You get 2, so why not? And then you get the other sprue for extra bits if you like kit bashing stuff like me. And then just a closer look at the shotgun here. You also get plenty of head options in this. There again, you get duplicate sprues, and there's 10 heads on each duplicate. So it appears that you're not going to have any duplicate heads, and then you just have a whole bunch of extra heads for any other Space Marines. So no matter how you kit your guys out, you're looking to have a bunch of extra weapons and bits for future projects. Here we have the Striking Scorpions. You get 6 sprues. Like with the Scouts though, they are duplicates of each other. So there's technically only 3 unique sprues here. But unlike the Scouts, you don't get as many loadouts with these guys. The team does have some pretty unique building options, but unfortunately they're not all included in this kit. As far as the team rules go, you can choose from Dire Avengers, Howling Banshees, or Striking Scorpions, but again, this kit only builds the Striking Scorpions. The other 2 archetypes, or playstyles, whatever you want to call them, are in separate kits that already exist in the Aeldari range. This is still a cool kit, just not a lot of versatility in it, and if you want to get the full potential and do the whole mix and matching, like the Kill Team boasts that it can do, you gotta buy a couple more kits. If you're already an Aeldari player, you probably already have them, and if not, and you really like this team and want to expand on it, there are other teams out there that require multiple boxes as well to get the full potential out of them, so it's not unheard of. But for now, it's just chainswords and shuriken pistols. And this cool crab claw, if that's how you decide to kit your Exarch out as. If not, you get the option of dual chainswords or bigger chainsword. I'm personally going to go with the crab claw. I know it's technically a scorpion's claw, but, you know, crabs. As far as helmet options, you get some basic Aeldari helmets, some with full open faces, some with half masks, and so on. So what do you guys think about this box? Are you happy that they split the terrain and made it a bit cheaper to buy the teams themselves? Or do you enjoy what savings they give you and can never have too much terrain? It does seem like this box is following the trend of their other FOMO boxes and can be hard to find, but if you have a local game store, stop by. Maybe they have one. If not, per usual, these teams will come out separately, I assume, later on. And that'll be it for this episode. If you guys made it this far, thank you very much. We really appreciate that, and we always appreciate likes, comments, and subscribes for our channel. It really helps us keep us doing what we love doing. That's talking about miniatures. And we'll see you next time, hopefully.